Capricorn, why are you so sexy? Huh? Why is Capricorn so sexy? Why do people call you sexy? Why do people think you sexy? What is it about you that makes you sexy? It's definitely your charm, okay? You could definitely have game. You could have, since this is sexy, to talk about sexy, you could have sex appeal, okay? You could have slash, game, and you are just attractive, okay? So your looks in general is what makes you sexy. You could have a sexy look to you, like your eyes could be very like sexy, very like almond shaped. It could be low. You could have long lashes. It could just be like that you are sexy, okay? Could be your thighs, could be your face structure. Some of y'all, it's the way you be writing it, okay? You know how to really, why is Capricorn so sexy? You could be real low key, okay? You could even be like a homebody, but you be chilling, you be behind the scenes for real. You probably get a lot of attention, but I'm saying you could get a lot of attention even being that you're low key. Like you the type, you just be in the background and you still get a lot of offers, a lot of people trying to talk to you. So it could be like the fact that you have a lot of suitors after you, that makes you sexy. How you can lay low and still be like the center of attention and still get still have eyes on you. Some of y'all have went within, okay? Did some deep introspection. Maybe you know yourself, okay? Like from a can of pain. That's what's sexy. Like you just know yourself. So when people come into your life, it's like they have no possible way of, confusing you because you know yourself. And something about you knowing yourself is very sexy. It could definitely be your feet, okay? You can have nice feet. Maybe you keep your feet and toes, nails done, but you could just have pretty feet. Some it could be your hands too. Pretty hands, pretty feet though, I'm getting. You could be a little competitive, especially in matters of love, okay? And that's what can make you sexy. Like, you don't mind getting competitive, or the fact that you win over whoever you are competing for. The fact that you can win over people, okay? Oh, I'm also getting you could win hearts. Yeah, you win hearts too. So again, something about your suitors, people you have after you, wanting to fall in love with you, it makes you sexy. The fact that you have these suitors, that they actually fall in love with you. Some of y'all, your heart is cold, but it's sexy. It comes out very sexy. It could be a little heartless or cold acting. Some of y'all don't give up, okay? And that's what makes you very sexy. You're persistent. Or you know how to persevere. Some of y'all, it's the way you dress. Either like getting like somebody wearing a trench coat or like a long coat that just sets off the outfit. Like you could just have really nice like even if your style isn't all that, it's just like the way you put stuff together or something like that. You could be very patient. And then with these people alone so much, you could just know how to be alone. Like you don't need company, you don't need people around you, you don't need people, you don't need a crowd, okay? You could stand alone, and that makes you stand out. But that's what's making you sexy. Like you could stand alone, you don't need people, you could be very independent. Something about your thighs, okay, Capricorn. I don't care if you're like tiny to big, but something about your thigh shape, whether they a little plump or super thick, whatever. Something about your thighs that are sexy, your legs. Some of y'all have traveled a lot, or you've seen a few things, okay? And that's what makes you sexy. Some of y'all are able to predict the future. You could be psychic, very intuitive, and that's what makes you sexy. Some of y'all have been to other countries, though, overseas. You just have traveled in some way, and that's what makes you sexy. It's what you do for work, okay? It's what you do for work. I really feel like you're a leader. A lot of people are look up to you in some type of way, and that's what makes you sexy. You could be very like career focused as well too. You don't play about work and making your money, get into the bag, and that's what makes you sexy. Some of y'all have high expectations. You expect to be treated like a king or a queen, and that's what makes you really sexy. That you are this high value or have high expectations. You're not afraid to fight or protect yourself if you have to. Okay, that's what makes you sexy. And heavily on you, like maybe fighting for what's yours. As I was getting in terms of love too, like you could be real competitive and shit like that, and it comes off as sexy. And you might not even be like competitive. It's just like you're protective of what's yours, even maybe. But it's something about you not afraid to fight, protect, defend yourself, okay, if you have to. And that's what makes you sexy. Maybe you could even get a little feisty. Maybe you look sexy when you are upset and fighting or something, or arguing, okay? Something about you when you get upset, it looks sexy. I got that Neo song in my head. So yes, could be like how mad you get, how cute or sexy you look when you get mad, something like that. Maybe you could have a lot of competitors though, like, because I keep saying something like that. Maybe you have a lot of females, women who always want to compete with you, but something about that makes you sexy, because it's like the fact that you can trigger people or get them bothered or something is what makes you sexy. Like I feel like you trigger other women. You put like other women in their head. They're bothered by you in some way, and people notice this, and that's kind of like what makes you sexy though. Like the fact you got people so triggered. Maybe you're a little sarcastic, got a smart mouth, always trying to get the last word, but that's what makes you sexy as well too. You're very stable, okay? What's new? What's you know, what's new with that? That's a Capricorn for you. So you're very stable. You could be religious or heavy into your religious practices, and that's what makes you sexy. That you actually believe in something, you stand for something. Some of y'all, it's the color red. Like when you wear the color red, whether you know or not, that is really sexy on you. Whether it's like your nails, your outfits, your purse, a purse, or implementing a lot of red. But something about red in your wardrobe, you wearing red, you in red, makes you look very sexy. Some of y'all have a man, okay, and it's like, okay, y'all know where I'm going with that. It's like when you are, you know how you can appear, well, you know how it's just giving like you come off sexy because it's like you already got somebody already hit me. Okay, you already, maybe your partner and you compliment each other, your partner compliments you, and that's what makes you sexy. But I'm just getting like, you know, you already could look good, but it's like your partner, you having a man, a fine man at that, even maybe next to you, is what makes you look even more sexy, okay? But I was getting it in general, you know how you just appear more sexy all of a sudden now when you in a relationship, you got somebody next to you. And that's what it's giving. I feel like you're also very calm, or you have patience in certain situations, and that's what makes you come off as sexy too. Like, meanwhile, while people are like this in chaos, whether it's like mentally, physically, you be just chilling, sitting back, having patience, okay? Or even if you don't, it take you a minute to get to this type of energy. And then I'm also getting with the 3 of Wands, something about you just being patient, very patient with these 2 cards coming out. What I'm getting, and that's what makes you sexy. Maybe you're just not quick to go off, react, and that's what makes you sexy. I feel like you can, but it takes you time to get there, and that's what makes you sexy. I'm thinking about somebody backing it up with those, if y'all just heard those beeping sounds. So it could be the way you be backing it up, throwing it back, the way you shake your ass, whatever. Something about that, though. Legs and butt could be like what makes you very sexy. Yeah, I just feel like I heard somebody screaming. Somebody definitely just arguing and screaming. So yeah, it's your little feisty little ways, okay? You could have a feisty, like I said, you could be sarcastic, have a smart mouth, sharp on the tongue. You could literally be on go at times. Like, you're not afraid to get dirty, throw them hands if you have to, and that's what makes you sexy. You could have attitude, okay, all that. Some of y'all, you dating like a CEO, entrepreneur, business person. That's what makes you sexy. Again, something about your partners, why you're sexy, okay? You know, people just get turned on anyway when they know that you're with somebody. That's just what I keep trying to get at, and I can't really say how I'm trying to say it, but that's, basically what I'm saying, though. It's something about that, like you having a partner and they're complimenting you anyway. It's just the fact that you have someone that makes you sexy. And then I'm just getting like you have someone who makes money, good money themselves, with the Emperor and the King of Wands. Somebody who make money, good money themselves. They're financially set, stable themselves. But I'm getting like you could be dating somebody of a high status and a high position, and that's what makes you very sexy. Or you just get high value men in general. You get the high value men, the providers, the ones that want to bring you stability. Some of you guys, it's the way you change up your hair. You could change up your hair a lot, and that's what makes you sexy. You don't just keep it in one style. And maybe you look good in a lot of different hairstyles. You know how everybody can't pull off certain hairstyles, but it's like you could pull off a lot of different hairstyles, and that's what makes you sexy. Some of you have like long, pretty gray hair, or you just have really nice, a nice length of gray hair. Or your hair looks really healthy or something, and that's what makes you sexy. Some of y'all could be a little shy, okay? That's also what I'm getting with the first 2 cards that came out. You could be a little shy. Like I said, you could lay low, be in the background, be behind the scenes a lot. But something about that makes you sexy, okay? Maybe you are something else, with the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands here. But you could definitely be shy, or you could start off shy or something, or you could come off shy and people may know that you aren't, but something about that is sexy. It's like the good girl playing the good girl, but behind the scenes you really something else, okay? And something about that gives sexy. Some of y'all don't let what you've been through stop you from seeing what else is out there, or stop you from mingling and meeting people, going places, getting involved with people, places, or things. You don't let heartbreak or pains or losses, ills get in the way of like you still going out there to see what life has to offer. Okay, even if it is in terms of love or anything else, like it's like in general, you still go after your goals and your dreams. You're still open to love, but something about you not letting what you've been through, you know, define you, or letting it stop you, or seeing what else is out there. Some of you guys are CEO and business owners, and that's what makes you sexy. Okay, so some of you guys, it's you could actually have a partner who's in the same type of positions you're in, or you have a partner who's just, again, in a good position. But I'm also getting, you could be a CEO, business owner, you know, sit in a high position, a leadership type of position, authoritative type of position. Okay, so, but yeah, some of you guys could be business owners too, or something. That's what makes you sexy. You have a good job, high paying job. Maybe you're good at what you do. Maybe you got a job that a lot of people wish to have, and that's what makes you sexy. You have like a lot of people's dream jobs, or you have a job that's, you know, less travel. There's less people that can usually get this job or take this opportunity, and you got it or something. But that's what makes you sexy. And you could just always be winning in life, Capricorn. Like, no matter what is going on. Yeah, because following the Three of Swords after that one, no matter kind of like what's going on, what's trying to keep you down, what is like fucking with you on a mental, emotional level, trying to get in the way. It's like you defeat everything. You always win. You always come out as the strong one, as the winner. And that is what's sexy. Okay? Some of y'all could take time to meditate. Like I said, you know how to be alone. You know how to spend time with self, to do some deep introspection, to get to know oneself, to connect with your higher self. Okay, you make time to be alone, and that's what makes you sexy. Like I said, you don't need a crowd, or you just know how to enjoy your own company, and that's what makes you sexy. Okay, let's get a little bit more out here. I have to use these because I haven't used these in a minute. I swear, every time I say I'm not going to do a long read, this should end up long as fuck. What makes Capricorn sexy? Maybe some of you guys could live in a city, okay? But this could be like a big city, a city where, you know, a big city, a city where like tourists go or something. That's for a few. That's for like a literally like two people, one person. You always got your shit together, something like that, Capricorn. Okay, you could be very organized. Yeah, I'm picking it up too with the Hermit. See how the room all clean and shit? Like, you are very organized, or you really know how to keep things in order. It's rare that things get out of control. Okay, some about you being very organized, and that is a Capricorn trait, and that's what makes you really sexy. I want to say you could be put together in general. You could be very well put together, and maybe you, you know, do your maintenance. Maybe you are big on maintenance, and, you know, on your maintenance, but you could be very put together, and that's what makes you sexy. And all these wands out here, you could really be like, you could really know what to do in bed, or really know what to do with a wand. Okay, let's just say that, and that's what makes you sexy. Because I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I got different type of cards. I got 4 different type of cards, but the other 4 are wands. So let's just say, though, something about you knowing how to grab it, use it, do your thing on it. Why is Capricorn so sexy? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get obsessed with you. This came out, and then the Devil. Like, people could get obsessed with you, but that's what makes you sexy. Like, people not only like you. I always get this one too when I do something about like attractiveness, sexy. It's something about how like people don't just like you, they fall in love with you. Like, you really know how to penetrate hearts. Something like that. That's deep. Something like that, though. And I'm just getting, like, with the devil here, you have a lot of people obsessed with you, or people get obsessed with you. People like to attach themselves to you, and that's what makes you sexy. The fact that you got people pawning after you like that, okay? And something about you being, like, action oriented, taking action. You don't just wait for things or talk about it. You really, like, be about it. You are about it, okay? That's what I'm getting to, and that's what makes you sexy. Like, you're not a talker, you're a doer. You actually gonna do this shit. And heavy on you having patience, because remember I said something about your patience is very sexy, because you know a lot of people don't have it these days. And I do feel like you are patient, though, to an extent, but you are patient. It takes you a minute to get you, you know, out of character, or, you know, get under your skin, or get you all riled up, right? Get you all riled up or whatever. But you see how this lion is in his ear, probably getting on his fucking nerves, but he's still focused, keeping his focus on. He's just so focused, though. He's not even, like, paying no mind. That's what I'm getting. That's just more confirmation that you could be very patient. Or it could just be like you aren't easily fazed. You are somebody who's actually unbothered or don't care about certain things. And that's what makes you sexy. Like, it's hard to get a reaction up out of you, and that's what makes you sexy. Yeah, I also just feel like you're not afraid to go after what you want. That's double confirmation. I said something like that. And that's why I'm also getting, like, it's the things you have, you own, okay? This is also, like, material possessions, right? So, it's also like your material possessions, the things you own is what makes you sexy. And that's what I'm getting. Like, you take action, you put in the work, and you go, and because of that, you can own a lot of things, have a lot of material possessions. You can have, like, finer things, you can have luxury things, and that's what makes you so sexy, okay? I guess we can get some of these cards. Okay, let's just get some of my cards out here. What makes Capricorn so sexy? I feel like you do have, you can be a little toxic at times. That's what I'm saying. You can have this feisty side, Capricorn, and that's what makes you sexy. Like, maybe you come off like you're just so chill and you're just this stable, mentally, emotionally, you know, stable person, but really you have this, yeah, because with the Emperor and then that follow, it's like, but really at times you could be in this energy toxic, okay? But that's what makes you sexy. Maybe it's more so because you hide it. You can hide it very well, or, you know, you come off maybe spontaneous because, or mysterious or intriguing. You know, that's the part that's sexy, because you just seem like someone who's more so in this energy. So when they see this side, it's like it's sexy, because they didn't really know you maybe had that side. I see something like that. So heavy on, like, something about the good girl look, the geek look, or the teacher look, but really behind closed doors, you're something else. Okay. I'm also getting, yeah, Capricorn, you're sexy because I said independent, but to go deeper, you're sexy, Capricorn, because you don't depend on people. This is the devil card, okay? So that's also like attachments and needing people, and, you know, feeling dependent. You know, they're literally tied to each other in the picture. They're like literally have some type of tie, okay? So it just gives, like, you are sexy because you don't need people. You can, like, provide for yourself, get whatever it is you want, your wants and needs for yourself. You don't need anybody. You don't depend on people. So again, simple as you just being independent. And that's what makes you sexy. It's like You could have people around, you could have people doing stuff for you. You don't mind it, but you don't need people, and that's what makes you sexy. You know, a lot of people like need people, need them for their money, their attention, their validation, whatever it is, but you don't need people. I feel like you also don't have to have people, or again need people. You just kind of want people around. That's what makes you sexy. It's also your eyes, Capricorn. You got really pretty eyes. I said something about this. It's your face, something in your face, and I said almond eyes. You got like almond shaped eyes. Your eyelashes can be very long. You know, whether fake or not, but it's something about your eyes, the way you wear your lashes, or if you really have long, or if you have real long lashes, whatever, something about your eyes, those very sexy. It could also be the colors, so take care of resonate. I'm really getting those. Some of you guys have those squinchy eyes, those smiling eyes, almond shaped eyes, something like that. You could have seductive eyes, siren eyes, okay? It's just stare, the way you stare. I feel like you pour up. That's what I'm getting to with that toxic side of you. I feel like you could really like indulge and pour up and have a good time if it came down to it, okay? And that's what makes you sexy. Like I said, let's just say you have some side of you that people feel like you didn't have. So, you know, you're a little mysterious, or it's just that when you show this other, it's just that you could have two sides. And when you show this other side of you, it's really sexy because it's intriguing. Like, and this didn't come out, but it's just over here sitting up on the side. And not with the rest of the deck, because I just pushed him over there. This happened to just be laying there. So it's something about you. You really know how to get lit and pour up and have a good time and indulge at times. But something about that is sexy. Especially like if you always, you know, on your shit, working, always being more so practical, you know, always on your serious shit, like you don't play or something. So again, something about when that side comes out, it makes you sexy. Or the fact that you can know how to play both sides. You know how to turn it on and turn it off. That's what it is. That's what makes you sexy. You know when to indulge and be wild and have it up, and you know how to have a good time. But when it's time to get serious and get on your shit and get to the bag and take care of responsibilities, you on it, okay? And that's what makes you bad, Capricorn. That's what makes you sexy. And you could have a little rest and be face. I ain't gonna lie, that's what make you sexy. But it's more so like a serious face. Like I said, you more so got like a get to it face. I'm also getting like no nonsense. Okay, and that's what makes you sexy. It's like it's showing your face though, and you're serious, and it's like maybe that people find that sexy because it's like I can't play with her, or she's scary or even intimidating because of her face, because she looks so serious. But of course, something about that is sexy. You're always striving for more, okay? You're always striving to be better, to have more, to do more, to be better, something like that. And that's what makes you sexy. Some of you guys could actually never be satisfied, and that's kind of actually what makes you sexy, especially like to men, the opposite sex. They could find it sexy that you are not really satisfied. Yeah, because with the devil too, before that one, you could not really be satisfied. That could be like a toxic trait of yours, but you could never be satisfied. But something about that is sexy, because I guess men feel like they gotta, you know, put in the work to figure out how to satisfy you. I know I'm like that. But yeah, also because you're blessed, Capricorn, you're very blessed. I'm also getting that you know that you're blessed. You are a blessing. Okay, you could have blessed a lot of people, bring a lot of stability maybe in people's lives. But something about you being a blessing, or you are blessed, or you being or maybe you just being a grateful person. And that's what makes you a sexy, okay? Maybe the fact that you're just blessed, though. Like I said, you could have a lot of material gains, a lot of possessions, a lot of things you worked hard for, earned, material-wise, and that's what makes you sexy. The fact that you're deemed as blessed and highly favored. But some of you guys are just like very grateful and blessed people, but you're grateful about that, and that's what makes you sexy. And let's just end this off with boundaries, okay? That also always seems to come out in a Capricorn read if it's about like why you're attractive or something. So heavy on you having boundaries, okay? You don't play that shit. People can't just like run all over you, okay? People can't just run all over you, okay? Because you're gonna let it be known that that's what we're not doing, okay? And that's what makes you very sexy. Again, it shows like you have these standards or high expectations and stuff like that, and that's why it's sexy. Like, people can't, simply because people cannot run all over you. People cannot come in your life and think they're gonna do what they want to do in your life or to you, okay? And that's what makes you very, very, very sexy, okay? And I'm also getting again, I'm getting so many messages with the first two cards. Again, I'm also getting, to end this off, you are sexy because I just feel like you could get a lot of offers, okay? Again, we already established that, right? So you can get a lot of attention, a lot of offers. You have a lot of suitors, people, you know, after you, wanting to date you. But I feel like you always get who you want, or you always get the people that other people want, and that's why you're so sexy. Like, you always, first of all, you got them, and then it's like you get the ones that everybody wants, and that's what makes you sexy. And maybe you can have whoever you want, because it's like with the 5 sword, he's winning, he's won, everybody else gave up. So yeah, you can literally get the person that you want, okay? You actually can get the person that you want, or the person that everybody wants, and it's because of like your charm, okay? Like, it's something about you though that always leads you to get the person that you want, or the one that everybody wants, and that's what makes you sexy. The fact that you can get the person that everybody wants, okay? Something like that. So that's what I have for Capricorn. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I will see y'all in the next one.